was the South?
It was great.
Comedy-wise.
Good. Nashville, we did Zanies. Always a good town to do that in. And then we did South Arkansas and
Looney Bin, the comedy clubs. But Nashville's always a good club. We like going to Nashville. Zanies is a good club. Country music, hot chicken. Chad was shitting blood for a week after we
I'll
left.
never eat that shit again.
What, the hot chicken?
Yeah,
It's
they
delicious.
dip it in fucking lava. And I literally
it's good.
shit blood for 3 days.
There's some chicken that you taste and you go, this chicken does not need to be this hot.
Yeah.
The place they deliver from, the place that Zanies gets, they're a great club.
Yeah.
And the best chicken in town comes in on Saturday and brings you chicken with, I forget the name of it, Batty's?
Hattie
B's.
Well,
They have chicken that it's spicy, but it's I want the taste of the chicken. You know, they roast it just right.
Yeah.
You feel the juices in there. They took me to a place where the chicken was just uneatable. When it's uneatable, I don't need that much fucking spice. When I did hot wings, they had the first 7 spices were fucking delicious. They really were great different dipping sauces. The 8th one was delicious, but it just blows your fucking mind off. You know what, man? That's fun when you're 18. When you're 28, you can feel the blood pressure going up.
Fuck.
The back of your head feels like you're gonna fucking die. You know, I used to have a cat that would always eat ice cream. He'd get brain freezes in the middle, and he'd just look at me like his eyes are rolling
Like
back.
he had a
of his head.
stroke and
And
shit.
then he'd come back to life like nothing happened, and he'd start meowing for more fucking ice cream.
I dated a chick like that once. She would fucking seizure out, but it was fun. She would wiggle during sex and shit. It was fun.
What's wrong with that? Good to see you guys.
Good to
From
see
the
you.
heart. And you're still out there plugging it, regardless of what.
no matter
I
what.
told you guys 2 years ago, it's a different animal out there.
Yep.
You know, you guys being R-rated. How did the South feel?
It was good because we didn't have to hold it, even though we were a little worried about being so dirty in the Bible Belt. But actually, the dirtier we got, the crazier they got. And it was great. We didn't even have to hold back at all.
And the clubs told us our alcohol sales were the highest all year. So that tells you one thing. It's good for the club. People want to go out and let loose and hear some crazy shit. And he said their alcohol sales were 3 times what any other headliner they had. So fuck it. We'll take it.
When you guys go on the road, and did anybody warn you about the Bible Belt and say, it's a different animal? How did you feel about it?
Yeah, well, that's what messed our heads up. We listened to everybody. Everyone told us, you guys better tone it down because they've been seeing our newer shit. And we're dirty, but I don't think it's the material we have now is as dirty, but we were warned, and it was the polar opposite. But I think the times have changed. Like when we were down there, people were just ecstatic to have live comedy in Little Rock, Arkansas. They were just happy. And the acts, I don't know about the previous acts, but we came in strong with high energy, and they appreciated it.
I did a tour of the Bible Belt in '98, and I listened to what they said and took it to heart. And I fell between the fucking, I bombed everywhere. Every room I went to, from Clark, Tennessee, I would start off strong. I mean, the first 13, 12, just phenomenal. And then I'd lose them, and then there was no coming back. And I got discouraged. I ate a bag of dicks in Atlanta at that club. I ate a bag of dicks in Charlotte. In the late 90s, Creative had all their runs with the Bible Belt. I did the Little Rock had an improv, that the guys from Miami robbed the Miami Improv. The bartender and the manager got fired, and then they decided to open up an improv. The guy was calling me till about a year and a half ago. One of those guys he turned now he's a comic. He went from being a photographer, a bartender, an actor. He was working at a comedy club, and some comic came in and told him he was funny. And he would call me and challenge me, like, how long have you been doing comedy? I'm going to bust through in like 2 years. And I would just sit there on the phone and go, whatever. But he opened up a club in Little Rock that was just huge. That's where Ralphie broke the bed at the hotel. And they had a Hindu owner of the hotel. And they did, Little Rock in 99, 2000 was not like the president had come from there. That was it. But the hotel that they put Ralphie in was one of those Motel 6s plus. And they put him in, the only way they could pay Ralphie at that time was by putting him in the penthouse of the hotel, which was no bargain to nobody.
Yeah.
It was like on the 3rd floor, and it was like a bigger room. And the first day he went in there, he broke the fucking Box Springs. Like when he opened the club, where he was the second act. So every time you went in there, the owner of the hotel was a Hindu guy. He would come out and look at you. That guy came,
Yeah.
He came 2 weeks ago, big guy, broke bed. And right away, and Ralphie never told me, so I had to find out on the road.
Yeah.
And that's the best time to call Ralphie and go, Ralphie, you in Little Rock? Yeah, I killed.
Yeah.
I got a standing O, made out with 3 chicks, because before he met Lana, that was always his thing. Like,
Yeah.
How did it go? Oh, I fucking got a standing ovation. I made out with 2 girls. What made out with 2 girls? Who made out with 2? Did you suck their pussy? Did you grab their titties?
Yeah.
He always made out with 2 girls. So before Lana, I would call him and go, how'd the show go? Hold on. You got a standing ovation and you made out with 2 girls. Fuck you, cow.
Yeah.
And I go, so were you in Little Rock? And he's like, yeah, why? I killed that club. I killed it. I
Yeah.
said, how about the hotel room? Did you kill that fucking bed? Fuck you.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
bed.
I didn't bet. The bed was broken when I checked in. That's what the guy didn't tell you and shit. The bed was broken. No, Ralphie, I almost broke the bed, and I'm 200 pounds lighter than you. The bed's made out of bamboo. What the fuck?
He broke a bed at Treasure Island, and we had to go collect all the Bibles from all of our rooms, and we made like a kickstand underneath the bed, right under Ralphie's bed when we checked out.
No, you did not.
Yeah, we stole all the Bibles.
I left it.
Yeah.
He's all, just make my bed. They'll never know.
Yeah, he's come on. He's all, let's smoke one and figure out how we can fix this bed. And I go, we don't need to smoke one. We'll just go get all the Bibles, baby. We'll jack this bed up, put 4 Bibles there. We're out. Let's go. He snapped it.
What's crazy to me that you're telling me is that we're living in a time right now where it's a PC culture on paper. Because this is what I'm finding out. It's a PC culture for those who want to choose that culture.
Right.
There's still tons of people left, like guys like us,
Yeah.
that speak from the heart. We say shit that's a little off color from time to time. We may throw a racial slur in there, whatever, to give it some flavor.
Right.
And people take the ride. They know it's 45 minutes. They know. And listen, I went to see John Wick. John Wick is not going to win an Academy Award. He killed 2,000 people in 2 hours. You walked out of there, you don't remember a thing. I don't remember nothing about John Wick 3. I just know he killed a lot of motherfuckers. There was a couple knife scenes and shit like that. That's what stand-up comedy is. When you go see a R-rated comic, it's 45 minutes of whatever. Now, it's the 45 minutes you choose to give them. Because have you ever sat through 30 minutes of pussy jokes?
Oh, yeah.
You want to shoot yourself.
Yeah.
10 minutes of cocksucking jokes, you want to shoot yourself. So if you sprinkle it around and you're dirty and you add some wit to it, something that happened in your life, it's not a bad 40. Red Fox did it great. If you listen to Red Fox, he did an hour of that shit and did it just fine, So guys like you and I have a market. But right now, out of all the times going through America, I would think that the Bible Belt was rough on you guys.
It was rough, but I noticed the clubs were, even Zanies, who we performed for the Dorfmans for years, they had us listed as R rated. R rated, which is the first time for us. And so we laughed. And matter of fact, I took the poster from the club because it said R rated, like fucking across the whole son of a bitch. And I go, I got to frame that thing and hang it up in the garage because R rated. But I think that the clubs are just trying to cover themselves by putting out this disclaimer, but it also keeps people away who may be too salty and can't handle real life shit, So, and we weren't worried about any Me Too shit. We shot from the holsters. We didn't even pull our fucking pistols out when we were in Nashville or Little Rock, and especially Clarksville. Those fucking people were riding emus and fucking donkeys and tying them up out front, to the stable. I mean, we performed in some towns that purposely.
We performed in towns where there's no alcohol. They were so religious and so many churches. It was a dry. You couldn't go buy a tall can of beer
30 miles, maybe.
for 30 miles. There was only one.
They call them dry counties.
Yeah, dry county. We didn't even know this existed.
Yes.
Here in Hollywood, we could go get a tall can and some heroin, $6.50. We're out the door.
Yeah.
But when we went there
And
was
the
no
CBD.
Yeah.
Come down in the morning.
But there's no alcohol. The only place that had alcohol was where we performed. And before we got there, people were hammered. We knew when we walked in, we were signing asses the minute we walked in. There's pictures on our Facebook. People can go look at this. We were signing asses 5 minutes when we walked in. Like, they thought rock stars were there. I'm like, they haven't even seen us yet. They were just there to have a good fucking time. So those are the people that wanted to spend their money, worked hard all week. They're farmers. They're people that do hard work. These aren't people that just sit in an office. They don't even have a fucking Starbucks.
They work for Netflix.
Yeah, there's none of that shit. These are people that are digging holes. They're hardworking folks.
Walmart and Tyson Chicken. I guess Tyson's plants there. And so Tyson's a big employer there, and so is Walmart distribution or whatever. So,
but they're hardworking people. They were just there to have a good fucking time. We feel them out in the first 5 minutes, and we're not all about sex, but we just say there's no one that does what we do, you know. But we just tell stories about our childhood that people love to hear. You know, us getting arrested at 10 years old. You know, all this shit we got arrested at 10 for 3 felony count extortion at 10. I mean, that's a pretty good fucking lick at 10 years old.
for prank phone calls.
Yeah,
You know?
And, you know, we almost got away with 10 fucking thousand. Like legit, we had it, and then our friend, hey, it was his turn to go in, so he took the fucking hit for us. You know, that's what I'm saying. If we grew up with you, Lee, you just now be getting out of fucking prison.
Yeah, for sure.
But the Bible Belt loved it. You know, we were worried. Comics were telling us shit at the store, and we went down there, but we just did what we do, and it was fun.